Ever since I was a child, I've loved automobiles. My father drove a V8 Dodge, big old shiny wheels. To him it was just transport with little to endear. But that old car would set the course for me throughout the year. Bumper to bumper, we love them old cars. Be it Ford or GM or be it a Mopar. People, power and passion, you know that is our deal. So tune into our TV show with Rusty at the wheel.
Welcome to Bumper to Bumper.
Is your wallet empty? Are you broke?
Ian, g'day and welcome to Bumper to Bumper. How you going?
Thanks very much. Yeah, excellent. Fantastic.
We're here at Winton Historics for 2017. You've just been out there actually racing. How did you go?
Oh, I had a fantastic run. I finished second in the handicap for LB cars, and the track wasn't as bad for my little tyre. I've got little skinny tyres,
Yep.
and it suited my car for the slippery conditions out there. So yeah, I worked my way through, and we finished second.
Well done. Congratulations on that. What are you actually running?
A little prefix special. It's a little side valve 410. It was built in. It's an open single seater. It was built in Tassie in '53, and it's got a side valve 410 motor with a side valve Morris minor gearbox and a side valve Morris 8 rear end, and it's a little bitzer, but it's a fantastic little car. I've been racing up here since 1980, and I wouldn't miss this event for anything.
Now, what is it about this event that you enjoy so much?
Look, this is the most iconic historic meeting in the world. Nowhere else in the world you see cars and bikes racing in the same program.
Yeah.
And they do it so well. They've got a formula that works. Look at the crowd here yesterday. It was absolutely sensational. It appeals to a lot of people. It appeals to the bikies. You've got a fantastic biking following.
Yep.
And of course it caters for the older cars, which I love.
Yep.
The JK and LB type cars, 40 cars in our grid. Absolutely sensational. We had cars come into this meeting you never see anywhere else. Every year, where's that car come from? Where's this car come from? And they appear here. They don't go anywhere else. They come to Winton.
One of the things I've found out from this weekend as well is that some of these cars are actually quite rare as well, and they're actually racing on the track. So people aren't scared to get their cars out on the track.
Oh, no. It's no good having a car in the garage. It's got to be out there racing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
They're valuable on the track.
Yeah, exactly. Very good point.
Pieces. We race the cars. We love the cars. And the whole thing with historic racing, it's not the racing.
Yeah.
The racing is 60% of it. It's a fellowship. Going out with your mates for a beer and after having dinner with them of a night time.
Yeah.
You only catch up with people every now and again at race meetings. And it's a chance to... We're parked next to Bob Piddleton. He comes from Western Australia to run Phillip Island. He leaves his car here for Winton.
Yes.
And tows it home tomorrow night to Western Australia.
And that's passion for you, isn't it? Really, to be honest. It's amazing.
He runs regularity.
Yeah,
he comes all the way to run regularity Phillip Island and come to Winton.
Yeah. Now, regularity, I can't even say it.
Regularity.
That's it,
Yes.
Thank you. What is that for the folks at home?
Folks at home, they can go out and qualify, and you run around the track and set a time.
Yeah.
You get a time, and you nominate a time. And if you can stick that time, you win.
Yeah. So it's not trying to compete to get in front and win.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Let's be regular, and of course there might be 30 or 40 cars on the track, and
Yeah.
when you pick up slower cars, it's more difficult because you'll drop your time, and you can't have any mechanical aids in the car like a stopwatch or electronic device or whatever like that. It's pure bums in the seat and drive.
No, fantastic. All right. Well, I want to say, Ian, thank you very much for being on Bumper to Bumper and spending some time with me, Rusty. And enjoy the rest of the weekend at Winton. Hope you go well and stay safe.
Thanks very much. Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Stuart, g'day and welcome to Bumper. How are you going?
How do you do?
We're here at the 2017 Winter Historics.
Indeed.
Now, you've got this beast of a car. Mate, this is one big car with one big long engine. What is the make and model of this car to start off with?
Well, the car was made by a factory called MAB in France,
Yes.
which were bearing manufacturers. They didn't make complete cars, but in the early 20th century, they made components for cars.
Yeah.
So you could buy a Type A chassis and a number 3 gearbox and so on. So all the running gear on the car is original. But the body had gone when I found it, and there was just the remains of its original engine, which was about it was a 4-cylinder, maybe 4 or 5 litres. That's as much as I could deduce.
Right. Now, we are talking about a car that was made in 1908, so records and information to try and track down the originality of the car is very difficult, isn't it?
Very difficult. As far as we know, there was no car manufactured which was called an MAB.
Yep.
Because they were just the component people, but quite a few cars in England and France in that period used these components, and then they'd put their own label on the front. So what label this had on the radiator originally, I don't know.
Yeah.
But of course all the bearings in the car were still there. All the original bearings were still there. They're all stamped MAB. The castings are stamped MAB. So to me it's an MAB. And then I discovered, somebody discovered for me that 2 MAB chassis were imported into South Australia in 1909, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
And halfway through the rebuild of this, somebody found the back axle out of the other one. So
You're
I got
kidding.
the spare back axle.
Well, especially, 1908 imported into Australia in 1909, and then you've been able to find those parts. It's just a story in itself.
Right. As far as we know, there's nothing else that's as totally MAB as this is.
Yeah, okay. What year did you buy this car?
About 1970, late 70s.
So you had this for quite a long period of time.
It was first on the road in about 1986, 7.
5 to 10 years to rebuild?
Yeah, about that, looking for bits and pieces.
Why did you buy the car in the first place?
Well, I hesitate to say it seemed a good idea at the time, but it was a chain drive chassis, and
Yes.
I've always been intrigued by that period. So I said to one of the vintage car people I met when I came to Australia 40 years ago, I'd love to find a chain drive chassis. He said, I know there's a chain drive chassis. And a friend of his had dragged it in out of a paddock near Wagga.
Chain drive chassis. I've seen the chain and the drives on this, and it's huge. This car is just big in all ways and shapes and form.
Well, the chain's a bit overkill, but the size of the chain itself is dictated by the fact that the rear brake drums are integral with the drive sprocket, and that determines the pitch.
Yep. Obviously, you know a bit about cars, so you've actually restored this car yourself?
Yes.
Well done, first of all. How big is this engine? Because this is going to be a bit of a jaw dropper for some people to hear. What's the size of the engine?
27 litres.
Amazing.
Just adequate. But it's great on trips, tours.
Okay.
Going up through the mountains and things like that.
So you get this out on the road on a regular basis?
Oh, it gets used pretty regularly, yes.
How's the fuel economy on this car?
Very difficult to answer. I did a check one day, driving down the freeway, but it keeps up with the freeway traffic perfectly easily, and I was getting 9 to the gallon.
Yep.
Whatever that is in,
Yep.
but as soon as you get into traffic, it's probably 2 to the gallon. So I stay in the country.
What are some of the special features that are on this car? Because not only is this car old, but it's got a lot of beautiful brass work. The dash is beautiful. The tank at the back is like a 44-gallon drum, so to speak, but it is a very nice, well put together car.
Well, the instruments were sourced 30 years ago when there was not as much interest in Edwardian stuff. So that was relatively easy to find, and the lights and the clock and the rev counters and things like that. It'd be much harder to find them now.
Yeah. So now it's just a case of really maintaining the car because everything else is complete?
There's nothing else I really need to do, it's just maintenance.
And just looking cool driving such a beautiful car?
Well, it's fun.
All right, Stuart, I want to say, look, it's been a pleasure to be able to go into a car that is this old and to see that the passion you have for the car, which is fantastic, and under very noisy conditions. I want to say thank you very much for being on Bumper to Bumper and enjoy your rest of your weekend here at Winton.
Thank you, it's a great pleasure.
All right, me too. Cheers.
Bumper to bumper, we love them old cars.
Dave, g'day and welcome to Bumper to Bumper. How you going?
Good, thanks, Rusty. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks. Winton Historics is a wide variety of historic cars. You're on the motorcycle side. Tell me a little about who you are and what you do.
Dave Philpotts, I'm the Vice President of the HMRAV. I'm a sidecar racer. Club's been going since 1979. We've been involved in this for 40 years.
Long time, mate.
A long time, and the numbers have grown now. Got down to about 60 bikes, and it's up to over 100 now. Yeah, it's getting stronger and stronger every year. We love the meeting. We all love cars as well as bikes, and it's part of the thing we do, you know.
It goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it's the only historic car race meeting in Australia that still has bikes with it,
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
and that's its that's its difference between everything else. So
I've been told from other people that you have to be a lunatic to go in the sidecars. Is that correct or not?
that is correct. Yep, but it's an acquired taste. They're not easy to ride. Well, I've been racing them off and on since the 80s, and I'm sort of used to it. I have more trouble racing a solo than I do racing a sidecar. Yeah, so I don't know if your passenger's any good. You can go fast. It depends a lot on your passenger.
The passenger being the person who's actually on the side of the car, is that
Correct.
more important than the driver?
Well, you can't really turn fast without your passenger being in the right position. So
Okay.
it's paramount to where he is on one particular corner
Yep.
to get around the corner fast.
I know you said he, but there are a lot of women who actually are sidecar people as well, so let's not be sexist there, Dave.
Yeah, well, I'm just talking about my particular one. He's a bloke. Yeah, I usually use Jason as my passenger. Sometimes my wife for sprints and hill climbs. So, yeah, that's what I do. So, yeah, there's lady riders, there's lady passengers. So, yeah, the women are quite involved in it.
And what type of bikes are you racing here, or the range of bikes that you race here at Winton?
Well, there's 3 or 4 classes. There's Period 3, which finishes in 1962.
Yep.
We have an up to 650 class and an unlimited class, which is 1300. I'm in the unlimited class, classic sidecar. After that, there's post classic, which is unlimited, and 836, which is a kneeler, which is what you kneel in. I actually sit on this. Then you go to period 5, which is up to 1982, and there are all the big Suzukis and Hondas and all that sort of stuff.
Do you ever get used to the noise in the background all the time to try and focus? Because it's chaotic in here, isn't it?
Well, that's what I said to you before. It can get really chaotic in here, and you can't hear yourself think. But after a while, you just get used to it.
Yeah. So what do you say to people who want to get into bikes and sidecars, especially historics?
Well, if you want to get into it, all you got to do is contact the club. It's a HMRAV. We're on Facebook. We're also on the internet. I've got a website, hmrav.org.au. If you've got any kind of old bike you want to race it, or you want to come help out, we're always looking for volunteers to help out. We're a great crew. We're very friendly. Everyone knows each other, and you'll get to know everyone pretty quickly. Yeah.
And look, the other good thing is that you share a lot of knowledge as well.
If you have a bike and don't know how to set it up, you've got problems with your engine, someone will always help you out.
Fantastic.
Always.
Now, the good thing about this is it's put on by the S11 Club,
That's correct,
which
yeah.
is actually a fantastic club in itself and doing a great job for the Winton Historics.
Yep, we've been involved with them for ages. They're a great bunch of blokes. Yeah, they've got a club room. We go down there sometimes for their meetings.
Okay.
They're all good guys. They like us, we like them. Everything goes smooth. Yeah.
At the end of this race meet, you've got some trophies to give out as well.
We've got a heap of trophies there on the table.
You're going to mention one particular trophy, weren't you?
Yeah, the Ken Lucas trophy.
Yep.
He's
Now,
done-
why have you got a Ken Lucas trophy?
Oh, Ken's a competitor, and he's been racing since 1946. He donates a big trophy, and there's a race named after him. And he likes to give it out. He's also donated another 4 trophies there.
Yeah, okay.
So he's not scared of handing out a trophy, Ken. Yeah, Ken's got a massive collection of bikes. He still races.
Yes.
He's really involved in the sport. He's a great guy, and yeah.
Yeah, well, I did an interview
you
with
did a
Ken.
show on him?
I did a show on Ken, and look, he's an absolute living legend. So well done, Ken, and well done supporting the motorcycling club. Well, I want to say thank you very much for being on
Thanks,
Bumper to
Rusty.
Bumper.
I got you a gift, Rusty.
Oh, what is it?
It's been in my stinky leathers.
Oh, crikey.
You got your stubby holder.
Well, I
It's
do.
a little bit moist.
Oh, well, I do like it moist, to be honest. Better than dry. And I do collect stubby holes. So, Dave, thank you very
No
much,
worries,
mate.
Rusty. Thank you very
Have a
much.
good, safe trip this weekend, okay, mate?
I will. No worries. Thanks very much. See you later. Thanks, mate.
Say goodbye, Dave.
Thank you.
Jason, g'day and welcome to Bumper. How you going?
Good, thank you.
Now, we're here at the Winton Historics for 2017. You've got an Austin car with you, but this has got some pedigree behind it because it's owned by Nigel Tate, is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, how did you acquire a car like this?
One of my customers, Stuart Webster, about 12 months ago approached me whether I would be interested in a project because he knows I can clean stuff up. And yeah, I went and looked at it and fell in love with it, and here it is now.
First of all, what is the car?
It's a originally a 1929 Austin 7, and in 1958, Nigel acquired the car and made it what it is today.
The car had been sitting in a container for over 30 years, is that correct?
I heard 25 years.
Okay.
It was 25 years on the side of Franks and Dandenong Road in Carrum Downs.
Yep.
And I got approached about the car, and like I said, I went and looked at it and thought, yep, I can get that going. And my mission is to get it going.
Now that's great because it's got some nostalgic history about it for this car.
Yeah, I have. It has got a lot of racing history, mainly hill climbs and touring events.
Yeah.
But it apparently held records at Rob Roy and Colin Grove and Templestowe. So yeah, it has got a lot of history. And Nigel drove the car every day for 6 years. I think he's mad.
Yeah.
Personally.
Now, and when he drove the car, you're saying it didn't even have a firewall in it.
No, it doesn't. It's an open car. You would have got drowned, freezing cold. It's that's why I want to drive it. I can't wait to get in it and experience that.
All right. So what do you got to do to restore this car to get it back up and running?
I've basically got everything. I've got all the motor, the gearbox and everything. I've just got to get it all back together and find someone with the knowledge to help me put it all back together.
My understanding is that there's been a lot of interest in this car as well.
Apparently it has been. It astounds me that there's so many people interested in it. I had it as a bar ornament until I found out the history of the car, and I was happy with it as a bar ornament. But then when I found out the history, I thought, well, we've got to get this thing going.
Yeah, no, that's great. So how long have you actually had the car for?
I got it the 22nd of the 1st, 2016. So
It's only not even a year old, or just over a year.
No, I haven't done much with it in that time, but now it's time to get it going and get it on the road.
No, that's fantastic because actually I can see this project creating a lot of interest for a lot of people, not just only the Austin 7 Club, but also people outside of that who have the hill climb, heritage and all that kind of stuff, both past and present.
Yeah, I'd imagine it would be. I've never been in the hill climb thing myself, but if I can get it going, I want to bring it back here next year and drive it around the track. That's my aim.
All right, Jason, well, I think you've got a really grouse car here. I hope you do restore it and do the justice of the car that needs to be done, and that we can see you here next year in 2018 with the Winter Historic. So thank you very much for being on Bumper to Bumper. Enjoy your rest of your weekend here.
Thank you so much.
All right, cheers.
And you will see me next year with the car going.
Well, okay, you heard it, guys. Right, straight down there?
Yeah, it'll be going, guaranteed.
All right, terrific. Thanks, mate.
There'll be days like this. Bumper to bumper, we love them old cars.
G'day viewers and welcome to In-Car Karaoke, brought to you by Karaoke Home Entertainment. Today we've got Chenzina. Chenzina, hi, how you going?
Great, thank you.
That's good. Now you got to sing a few songs for us today?
Yes, I am, yes.
All right, well I'm going to get off the stage and let you sing the songs, okay?
Okay, great. Thank
Okay,
you.
cheers.
Thank you.
Guess you better slow that Mustang down. Mustang selling up, baby. Guess you better slow that Mustang down. You've been running all over town. Ooh, I guess you better put your feet flat on the ground. Go on, sing it to me one more time, girls. All you wanna do is ride around, ride. All you wanna do is ride around, ride, ride. All you wanna do is ride around, ride, ride. All you wanna do is ride around, ride, ride. One of these early mornings, I'm gonna wipe those weeping eyes. Yeah. All right. bought you a brand new Mustang. It was a 1965. Now you come around seeing if you can find a woman. Girl, you won't let me ride. Mustang, baby. Guess you better slow that Mustang down. Alright. You've been riding all over town. Oh, I guess you better put your feet back on the ground. All you wanna do is ride around, Sally, ride, Sally, ride. All you wanna do is ride around, Sally, ride, Sally, ride. All you wanna do is ride around, Sally, ride, Sally, ride. All you wanna do is ride around, Sally, ride, Sally, ride. One of these early mornings, I'm gonna be wiping those weeping eyes. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Come on, boys. Those weeping eyes. Oh yeah, baby. Those weeping eyes. Those weeping eyes. Yeah, yeah. Oh, those weeping eyes. Those weeping eyes. Those weeping eyes. Oh yeah. Thank you.
Wow, did you enjoy that?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
well, I could see
Yes.
you're a bit nervous at the first
yes,
song.
I was, yeah.
And at the end of it, you actually took a deep breath, like, I made it, I made it.
Yes.
But the second song, you could get into it a little bit more. It was
Yes.
great. And then that third song, I love that choice. That was a great choice for you.
Great, thank
It
you.
suited your voice. You've
Great.
got that lovely tone in there as
Great,
well.
thank you.
And I think at the end of that one, I could see you actually doing another 3.
Yes.
Because you look like you just could go on forever.
Yes.
It was great.
Right,
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Today's Rusty's Rhyme has been written by Nick McKay. I beat him in the EH and the WB, but since Lindsay brought that new Ferrari, he started beating me. He beat me in the stock market and the property trade, but since he's bought that new Ferrari, he's really got it made. So I'm asking you, Holden, to build me a car, so the next time we're at the lights, I'll whip his GDR.
Okay, viewers, that's another episode of Bumper to Bumper, the classic car TV show that's all about
People,
power.
passion.
I'm Rusty.
I'm Ella.
Good
Good
night.
night.